Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Toonkind at 12 FPS. I am Cartoon Kitsune, and I will be playing Minty the Rabbit and resident therapist of Dodo Studios. And joining me today is.
Hello. Hi. My name's Arsa Obsession, also known as Obby, and today I am playing little Tally Mark, baby, child, TM.
Hello, my name is Fable, and today I'll be playing, Bob, Tally's father. God, it's so fun to say that now. I get to say that now.
Yay!
We've gotten to say it for a while, but saying it full
It's
loud
still
is
it's
nice.
still fun to say.
Right.
Nice to say.
Their family, Your Honor.
The family.
Alright. Okay, so today, because this is once again a therapy FPS, Tally is coming in to have a session with Minty. I believe it's her very first session she's ever had with Minty, correct?
Definitely very first session. I feel like maybe like leading up to this, she's been a little nervous for it because it's something she's never done before.
Right, yeah.
Because whenever there's something new, Tally always gets nervous about it.
That's understandable. I can relate to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New experiences are not the norm, and when you're outside of the norm, you are outside of the comfort zone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yee.
So I kind of imagine that, like, both Tally and Bob are like, they're both kind of walking to where Minty's office is in the studio. And, I don't know, Bob, how are you feeling about all this?
He's as someone who's been doing therapy for a while now since he's come to Inkwell, he I think he's holding on to Tally's hand and he's talking to her as they're going there, just how we feeling today? We feeling all right?
I think so.
Nervous?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's all right. That's normal. And remember, this is something that's meant to help you. So if you feel like it's not helping you, we can leave. All right?
Okay.
Think at that. He would gather her up in a hug and just comfort her as they're going.
Aw.
Big hug.
Because again, he goes to therapy and it helps him a lot. But he remembers the first time he went to therapy and it was kind of terrifying. Especially for him, for reasons of being a nobody. But
Yeah.
so right now he kind of just wants to be. He's trying to be just supportive father who gets it and wants to make sure that she gets helped. And while he has not known Minty for very long, since Minty's been a recent addition to Dodo Studios, he has been told on good faith by the engineer that Minty's good. So
Yeah. Out of curiosity, do you think Bob would have maybe briefly met with the Minty before today to set up this therapy session or?
Oh, for sure. He would. Oh, for sure. Plus, I kind of imagine these two probably met. Engineer probably introduced them.
I'd say so. Yeah, definitely. Actually, they might have even talked. Because I remember in the FPS I did with NG, he mentioned Bob might know about how Minty can get her psychology degree, and Bob might have even pointed her towards the university. So.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
University.
Yeah,
he would know that. You mean the officials? You mean the official paperwork stuff that people need to do? People need to do, but hate doing, but nobody's have a absolute knack for. Yeah, Bob can do that.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Bob can point you in the right direction.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Bob would have done that.
The only question I have at the moment right now is how tall is Minty?
She's about 4'2", I believe. She is child sized.
Tally is half of Minty's size.
Aw, she's so small.
Oh my god, Bob is the tallest person here.
Yes.
Oh my god, Bob is the tallest person here.
He is.
This delights the me.
Tally is a whole 2 feet tall.
Tally's
Not including the hat.
Right.
Tally's baby.
Yeah. If you include the ears, Minty's like
small.
a tiny bit taller, but yeah.
Yee.
All right. Yeah, I think at this point you guys kind of you arrive in front of a door, which is like marked as like Minty's little office. And I guess when you want to knock on the door.
He's gonna look at Tyler first and ready.
Think so.
Okay. And still holding her hand in one. He'll free one to give a little.
Tally does the 2 bits.
Good job, Tally. All right.
God, that's so cute.
Listen, we're all teens here. We know how this goes. All right. So, so on the other side of the door, you hear, "Just a moment." And after a couple seconds, the knob turns and the door opens up. And Tally, you see a taller than you but fairly small green stuffed rabbit with a pretty pink heart on her chest. And she says, "Oh, hello, there you two are. You must be Miss Tally, right?"
Yeah, hi. And Tally like gives like a shy little wave because she's currently like hiding behind Bob.
Aww.
Just like a little bit.
Bob gives a friendly smile. Hi, Minty. We're a little early.
Yeah. No, that's okay. And it's nice to meet you, Tally. My name is Minty.
Hi. I'm Tally. Like Tally's just like looking up. Looking specifically at the ears.
I think Minty kind of like she sort of like lifts one ear up like a little bit, like kind of wiggles it.
I think Tally giggles a little bit.
Yeah, I think Minty like kind of like wiggles her ears like a little more, like kind of flaps them a bit, like when she sees it gets a good reaction.
Oh, this is so cute. Hold on, I need to die for a second.
Bob is dying.
I knew this was gonna be adorable, you guys.
Cuteness TM.
Exactly. So I think Minty kind of does like just flaps her ears a little bit for a couple moments, kind of put Tally at ease and get her to laugh a little bit. Nice.
It's definitely helping because Tally starts easing up as soon as like there's like more laughter involved.
All right. Hey, well, come on in, you two, and find a seat wherever you like. And Minty will, of course, hold open the door for you both. And her office isn't like super huge. She's still kind of like gathering stuff for it. She's saving up for more furniture and whatnot. Currently she's got there's a couple of beanbag chairs. There's one for each of you guys and one for herself. And there's kind of a little not quite a coffee table. It's more like a little stool. Where she has a box of tissues and a little bowl that's full of like different kinds of candies, like little hard candies, chocolates, mints, of course.
Candies. Like a moth to a flame.
Right?
God, Bob's dying. He's just like, yeah. Of course.
I think Minty kind of like. I think first Minty kind of gives Bob like a look, like is it okay if she has one?
And Bob just gives a nod.
All right. Would you like a candy, Tally?
Oh, yes, please. And like Tally, Tally just, I think she's just gonna go for like one of the little mints, surprisingly.
Oh, nice.
Mint's good.
Mint's very good.
They are.
Mint's good. Warmth.
Right. So yeah, so you guys can take a seat on the beanbag chairs, and Minty will sit on her own, and just for fun, let me roll hammer space to like for her to pull her clipboard out.
Yeah.
Now, Abby, I have a question. Do Bob and Tally sit in their in separate beanbag chairs, or does Bob sit in one and Tally sits on his lap?
Bob sits in one and Tally's appears on your lap.
Yes.
Bob has no issue with this.
Amazing. Yeah. Minty kind of has to hold herself back a little bit to not like awe over this because oh my god, it's so cute.
Yee.
All right, but yeah, so
Yeah.
Minty got a nat 20 on her hammer space roll somehow.
Nice.
But yeah, so yeah, she
Nice.
she's got her little clipboard and her pencil, and she kind of sets it up. It's like, so how are you feeling today, Tally?
Well, I'm feeling a little nervous because this is something new.
Well,
I'm
that's
also
okay.
feeling pretty good because I had a good day so far. It's good.
Oh, really? You want to tell me a little bit
Mhm.
about your day?
Oh, we had pancakes this morning for breakfast, and we got to and I think Tally just starts like rambling about like stuff that like she and Rad did, and then like the walk there and stuff like that. Just like simple little.
That's amazing.
It's just cute stuff.
Yeah. And Minty listens to her like very, very intently, like not in that way like adults kind of do, like oh yeah, like not really paying attention, but like she's like paying attention, like she's actually really invested, like she wants to know like what kind of pancakes, what kind of toppings she put on them, stuff like that. She's very excited to hear.
This is cute. Oh.
No, she loves hearing kids just like ramble about stuff that makes them happy. It's like one of the best parts of her job.
Aww. That's really cute.
Right. Yeah. So she just kind of rambles about like her day, just like everything coming up to this point.
Yeah, basically. Like she talks about like how it was chocolate chip pancake covered in whipped cream and like that strawberry syrup, you know, the really good kind.
Oh heck yeah. That stuff's good.
Yeah. And then like talking about how she's wearing like some new gloves that Bob got her recently, and she like holds up her little hands and wiggles the fingers.
Those are such pretty gloves.
Yeah. I like to think that there may be like little pink ones.
Aww.
He got it. You know, Bob got a variety for her to choose
Absolutely.
from.
Yeah. These ones are pink.
And the fact that she chose pink for the day does not. Maybe it pulls at the heartstrings a little bit.
Aww. Very sweet.
This is a good shade of pink. It is a Bob pink TM.
Pastel pink is good pink.
The best kind.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I think she kind of chatters away like a little bit like that, and I think it definitely helps to like kind of ease the tension a little bit. Like this is just kind of just make this kind of like a nice or casual conversation, just kind of getting to know each other, because that's sort of what the first session's usually all about, sort of.
Yeah.
All right.
Just like a good get to know you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I think after like a couple of icebreakers, Minty says, let me see. So yeah, Tally, so now we're getting to know each other. I did want to ask, so is there any specific reason you wanted to come here to see me today? We don't have to go into all the details right away. Again, we're just getting to know each other right now, but you know, I figured I should ask because that way we can kind of know other things we want to talk about going forward if you ever come back for another session.
Oh. I think Talia like has like that little expression like of thinking really hard. Cuz like Tally probably didn't put super much thought about like what to talk about.
Oh,
That's all right.
baby.
Because again, this is like a first time thing, and she wouldn't know what to expect.
Of course, yeah.
I don't know. I didn't think. Well, what do people normally talk about during this kind of stuff?
Well, all sorts of things. Sometimes people just, again, usually the first session, we just kind of talk a bit and get to know each other. It doesn't have to be about anything specific. But, usually as we go along, a lot of times people go to therapy because they have a specific problem that they want to work on, something that might be bothering them in their lives, all sorts of stuff. And, sometimes they come in just because they need somebody to talk to you about just general things that are going on in their life. Because a lot of times, even if it's a lot of little things, it can feel really good to have somebody to talk about them with, especially if it's someone like me who's a professional, because I often know ways to kind of help with things that might be bothering you.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Hmm. I think Tally gives it like another thought.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Hmm. just like her expression is like slowly turning into like a squint as she tries to think.
Aww. Yeah. And I will say that while Minty has been kind of focusing more on Tally because like she's the one she's here for. Bob can like speak up and say something if he wants to add anything.
Uh, yeah, but at the moment, because Bob, again, this is for Tally. This is for
Exactly. Yeah.
Tally. He kind of half expected to be asked to actually sit outside, so
Yeah.
he's letting in a therapy session. He knows is that it's the person getting therapy that leads the conversation, so he's letting Tally lead this.
Absolutely. And that's kind
Hmm.
of the same reason why Mitty's sort of been like talking to Tally specifically, not like directing any questions at Bob.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. I just don't know like how to like start the conversation. I guess is the
Right.
the obby does not know.
It's okay. Maybe like I don't know if there's because we discussed this a little bit beforehand. Like maybe there's like any small
Mhm.
things that might have been bothering Tally lately. I mean, it can be anything, and just like no matter how little it is.
Hmm. I don't know if there's like small things though. I have to think. Because the most recent event that happened to Tally was actually a game that involved a summer camp that ended poorly.
Right. Yeah. I still need to watch those, but yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
uh, I think like Tally might talk about how that's been bothering her a little bit, in the sense of like afterwards she's been feeling like a little nervous about some stuff. Like she's not sure what specifically, but like just nervous.
Okay. I
Because
right.
for her the event of that game happened very suddenly,
Mhm.
and it was just very suddenly a bad situation when it had been a good situation just the day before, so that has kind of put her on edge ever since then.
All right. And I think in response to that, I don't know how much detail she goes into about the event itself, but I think Minty would say, and why do you think that sudden change made you feel so nervous?
Hmm, I'm not sure. It's well, cause suddenly everything was different and everything was scary, and it went from like a happy summer camp to something that was, well, not so very happy.
And Minty kind of nods and she says, yeah, that does sound like it would be scary, especially if things are really good before. Um, do you
Hmm.
ever, or, I don't know, do you think after that, do you ever feel scared that maybe something like that might happen again?
Hmm. Sometimes I think. Just because I like where I am right now. I like having a family and I like living in a house and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm nervous that one day I'm gonna get up and things are gonna be different, and then I won't have any of those things anymore.
Mm-hmm. I think,
I think after that,
yeah.
Tally falls quiet.
Mm,
Bob gives her a gentle squeeze,
yeah.
Mm,
just a hug.
Oh.
yeah. Tally is going to give a little squeeze to Arm's back.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a little half hug.
Yeah.
Hey.
Mm-hmm. I think Minty just kind of lets them have their moment, just lets Tally talk. Doesn't want to interrupt her. I think after they've had
Mhm.
a little bit of time, she'll speak up again. Well, I just want you to know that it's okay to feel scared of something like that happening because that does sound very scary.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
okay. I've been trying to get better about feeling stuff, because you gotta feel stuff in order to let your emotions go. Because if you keep your emotions all bottled up, then it's bad. Because then they get worse.
That's very true.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very wise thing of you to say, Tally.
Like Tally just like it has a very proud little grin at that.
Heck yeah. Yeah. I'll be honest, there are a lot of adults who don't know that no matter how old they get, but the fact that you've learned that now, that's really good.
I think Tally again just like gets like that proud little grin, but like she also like throws her arms up at her sides, like, yeah, like some adults don't like talk about stuff that's worrying them, and
Bob is nodding. Bob is nodding along sagely. He knows a few adults who are like this.
I look directly at Marcel. Anyway,
Bob looks directly at Marcel.
Yeah.
I think it like turns into like a tiny little mini rant.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you just communicated about stuff, people would be able to solve problems faster. But sometimes people don't do that because they're so busy avoiding the problem and then avoiding talking about it. And then you never talk about it, and then it just gets worse.
Bob again is still nodding.
Yeah, Minty too, pretty much. She's just gonna let Tally go off because this is all very true, and she knows it especially.
They're all thinking about Marcel while they're talking about this.
We're dragging Vamp's boy, and Vamp isn't even here to defend him.
Oh no, he's earned it.
Absolutely.
Listen. Tally recently learned about this with Marcel's problem. Bob has known about this problem since day fucking one of knowing Marcel.
See, Minty's only like known.
Oh,
Marcel.
I say this. I don't think Tally knows it's Marcel specifically.
Yeah.
Oh.
Tally's about just complaining in general about other adults.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, Bob is thinking about Marcel.
Yeah.
See, Minty hasn't known Marcel like that long yet, but with her insight, like she's probably got an inkling at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, I think the reason that a lot of people, especially adults, can be a little bit afraid to share how they feel is because, well, it can be scary sharing stuff like that, especially if it's negative emotions. Because a lot of times people are taught that it's better to hide emotions like that because other people might not like that for some reason, which is really silly because they're just feelings and everybody feels like that sometimes.
Yeah. And if you don't talk about what you're feeling, other people aren't going to know what you're feeling.
Exactly.
Because people can't read minds. Well, maybe some of them can, but you can't read them all the time.
Yeah.
And it's... And, like, you gotta feel the bad emotions just as much as you gotta feel the good ones. Because if you only ever felt good emotions, then it'd just be all the same.
Exactly.
Does that make sense?
No, I get what you mean, especially, like, if you feel happy all the time and you never feel anything other than that, well, it'd probably get kind of boring, for one thing.
Yeah. And, like, it's okay to feel bad sometimes, because sometimes you just have days where you don't feel good. But it makes the days where you feel better that much better, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I think Tally's just, like, beaming again.
Exactly. Yeah, no,
she
Mickey's
gets to
definitely
talk
a little
about
impressed.
things. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, no,
I point at Tally. Tally has a high charisma for a reason.
Heck yeah. Absolutely. Yeah,
I think at this point, Tally has like kind of lulled into a silence, so she's kind of playing around with one of Bob's hands.
Aww.
You know, like how like a little kid will like press their hand against like like the adult's hand and like play with the fingers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Probably just letting her do that. He's probably like rests his head on top of hers.
Oh, I hold these
The
two
hat
so
squishes a
soft.
bit. The hat is slightly squished, but it's okay.
Oh.
He knows it unsquishes.
It is a resilient hat.
He's a very
It
resilient.
has been through thick and thin.
Hey, let's see. I am a little curious. Is there anything you usually do when you have days where you don't feel so good?
Well, sometimes I like to walk around and go see friends. I have a new friend named Banana, and she's really cool. And I think she hangs out in the park a lot of the time, but she also hangs out in other places. I gave her a map that has like all my hideouts so that she can have some places to stay. Because I don't think she has, like a permanent place to stay. But I think she has like lots of friends and stuff that help her out, so it's a good thing to have.
I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm glad she has people to look after her, though.
And I told her that she can come over to our house at any time that she wants to, because that way she has a place to stay. Because it's really hard when you don't have a place to stay, because it gets cold, and sometimes you don't have a lot of food, and it's just not great.
And out of character for a moment, do you think that Bob would have like mentioned like that little detail to Minty beforehand that like Tally used to be homeless? So.
Yeah, he would have mentioned that Tally had been on her own before he adopted her.
Right. Okay, so she'd know that.
Yeah.
I think Minty says, "Yeah, and I'm sure you know how hard that can be, don't you?"
It can be really hard.
Yeah. I'm so sorry that you had to live like that for a part of your life, especially when you're so young. That's never easy on anyone, especially a kid.
I think like Tally like pouts a little at that, because like she doesn't know she looks young, but she also doesn't know what her age is exactly. She doesn't know how to bring that up though, so she's just kind of keeping quiet for now.
Well, even then, like she's clearly pretty young, and if she was like out on the streets like in the past, then it kind of stands to reason that she was a kid when she was like living out there.
Yeah. Of course, Tally is one of those tunes that has been a kid her whole life.
Right, that's true.
Even from like the moment of conception.
Exactly.
The moment of popping up into existence.
Yeah. Much like Blisslanders, for some tunes, age is just weird because like you don't age sometimes.
Age is weird.
Age
is wild.
Mr. Bob, who has never had a childhood in his life.
Oh, buddy.
Nobody's are just adults the moment they're printed.
Sometimes you get tunes that are adults. Sometimes you get tunes that are kids. I point at Roger Rabbit, which has that one tune that's a baby and stuck like that.
Yeah.
Tunes are weird, man.
Yeah, tunes are weird. Tunes are wild.
Right. Alright. I think getting back to that, I think Minty says, it's definitely a lot different, living with your dad now, though, isn't it?
It's a lot nicer.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about like not having a place to sleep.
That's good.
And I can get cookies whenever I want. And like she says that conspiratorially. Like it's kind of a secret.
Yeah. Bob, who's right there. He doesn't have pupils, but Minty, you get the impression that he's rolling his eyes a little bit affectionately.
I think Minty just kind of giggles at that, both at what Tally says and what Bob's eye roll.
It's not even Bob that gives her the cookies. I gesture at Marcel.
Yeah.
Nice. Alright, well, cookies are nice, but don't overdo it, or else you might get a tummy ache.
That's true.
Yeah.
Plus, there's like all sorts of other good food that we could have. We get spaghetti, and one time we had lasagna, and like Tally starts going off again.
Absolutely.
Just like a whole like 5 minutes of just like naming
Listing off
different foods that she
foods.
likes now. Yeah.
Yeah, and again, Minty is like very, very interested to listen to her just ramble away about whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Baby.
Baby.
At the end, I think she finally like comes to a stop to that little side, and she goes, "Oh, I'm hungry now."
Hey.
I'm gonna roll Hammer's face real quick.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Nope,
Meanwhile, Minty makes a little note on her like little board. Note to self: stock some granola bars and maybe some healthy snacks along with the candy for patients.
Yeah, speaking of granola bars,
Nice.
Pop pulls one out.
Granola bars, yes.
Bob keeps snacks on hand, and he gives one to Tally.
Awesome.
Tally does like that little 2 fists pumped in the air pose before grabbing the granola bar, opening it up, and nom.
Probably pulls out another one and offers it to Minty.
Yeah, she'll take that. She'll probably only take like one bite though, because she doesn't want to be eating like throughout the whole session. But she definitely appreciates it. I think she kind of definitely gives Bob like kind of a look, like nice job, like she's impressed. She's on top of that.
On top of it.
Yeah.
Good dad.
Bob just smiles proudly, like he knows what he's doing. Like he's gotten the hang of this pretty well. Like before he had Tally, he had Rad, and boy.
Boy. 2 very different flavors of kids, even if they get in the same levels of chaos.
His time with Rad has made him more than prepared for the child shenanigans that is Tally.
Yeah. Tally with the now 40-foot climbing speed.
Oh man!
Like if there wasn't beanbags in here, Tally would have immediately gone onto the tallest point, and that's where she would have sat.
Amazing. I don't think this is a room that has like rafters or anything. I think it's just like a flat ceiling. So
yeah, just like a little maybe like a little file cabinet or a bookshelf.
Yeah. Again, there's not like a ton of furniture in this room yet, but eventually, somewhere down the line, Minty's gonna like put in a new bookshelf, and then the next session, Tally's just sitting on top of it.
Yep. On top, like a cat.
Yeah. Amazing.
Baby.
I think after they kind of had their little snack break, I think Minty kind of says, "Well, I know one thing for sure. You're definitely lucky to have a daddy like Bob here."
Definitely.
Bob blushes a little bit.
I think like maybe like kind of an not quite an off-screen thing, but like maybe like if Minty and Bob had talked beforehand. And before this, I think she probably would have mentioned the fact that like because where she works, like she only meets kids for the most part. But until she came to Inkwell and also the train, not that she remembers it, she never really got to meet like any good parents because again, like the kids who come to her come for help, and so she's definitely heard a lot of horror stories about really bad parents. I feel like she's heard of like a few good parents though, like parents who were nice, but like their kids just happen to be having troubles of their own. So. In those cases, she would definitely.
It's just there's a lot of cases of a lot of kids with not so great living situations in that sense.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think between NG and Bob, she's definitely like really impressed to see like just how they're doing such an amazing job. Yeah, it definitely kind of warms her heart that like there are indeed parents out there like them. Like she's always kind of hoped for that, and they're definitely proof of that. So. Yeah.
Bob likes to think that there's a lot of good parents. There's just difficult living situations.
Exactly, that too.
Like even good parents, if they're put into tense situations,
exactly
it can
that too.
Get bad at times.
Yeah, and no parent is perfect.
Of course. Yeah.
No parent is perfect.
Absolutely.
Even parents make mistakes because everyone's a people.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I think Minty's probably even like in cases like that where she's kind of figured out like, oh, this is what's going on with the kids she helps. It's probably said like, hey, your parents are people too, and maybe that's what's going on. And like encouraging kids to talk to their parents, for instance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, it just varies
Again,
like depending on families.
communication.
Exactly. Yeah.
Very important.
Most important thing.
Very important.
All right. Let's see. What else do we want to talk about?
I'm trying to think. Tally's not giving me much.
Yeah.
Well, it is just the first session, so.
Right, they're all just kind of getting to know each other a little bit, so it's okay if we don't like have like specific topics in mind. We're just kind of seeing how we all feel about this.
Yeah. I know Tally's enjoying it so far.
That's cool.
It's good.
There's something Minty could ask. I think she says, well, we're starting to come up on our hour. We still got a decent bit of time left. I am curious though. What are you thinking of this so far? Are you liking therapy?
Oh, I'm liking it so far. It's nice. It's like talking with people and just having a nice talk.
Exactly, yeah.
Which is a lot better than not having a nice talk, because not nice talks are not great.
Yeah, they're not very
Bob
great, are they?
Bob nods.
Yeah. But sometimes you get angry people, and then the angry people are mad, and then...
That's not very nice at all.
Mm.
I mean, of course, sometimes people get angry because they're frustrated or something, but... Yeah, I mean, well, sometimes people can, of course, take it too far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People just tend to get angry when you take their stuff. And, like, Tally just kind of, like, taps her little fingers together. Because she's a rogue. She takes people's stuff. And she's not perfect at it.
Yeah.
Even though she's very good.
Bob has a knowing look.
Yeah.
Doesn't say anything, but he's just got a knowing look like, yep.
Yeah.
There's a brief montage of the cookie jar incidents.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Where Tally attempts to successfully steal the cookie jar, and then Bob catches her almost every single time.
Yep, the baby jail.
Ah, yes, baby jail.
I'm imagining one of those like overturned laundry baskets that has like baby jail on a piece of paper on
it. I think if I remember correctly, baby jail is actually like a little playpen.
That too.
It's a playpen / pillow fort.
Yeah, or cardboard box.
Yeah. Playpen pillow fort.
That Tally
can't leave because if she leaves, Rad gets sad.
Yeah, Rad is on guard duty. Rad is on guard duty, and his version of guard duty is that he's got coloring books, and he's got coloring books and just little storybooks that he's brought and toys. Because Rad thinks again, Rad is 4. He thinks baby jail is playtime.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And so the fact that Tally is leaving makes him sad, because why is his sister leaving?
Out of curiosity, do you guys like actually tell Minty any of this?
You know what? Yeah, I think Tally like goes into it a little bit.
Cookie thefts and baby jail.
Yes, all the unsuccessful cookie thefts. She will talk about the one time she did it successfully, and just be very, very proud of that fact.
I will say Minty is absolutely delighted by all of this. Not as much like she's not going to encourage Tally to steal cookies, but again, therapy is a non-judgmental area, so.
Yeah.
All right.
At least it's cookies and not other stuff.
Oh, absolutely. Like that's a pretty minor thing, and like lots of kids do that. So.
Yeah. It's good to like channel that rogue energy into stealing sweets rather than, wallets.
Yeah.
Wallets could attract angry people.
Yep. And Bob does not want Tally to deal with angry people anymore.
Yeah.
Not any more than that you would naturally deal with going through life.
Man, talking about the Talking about the baby jump probably gets her to talk about Rad all over again.
Which he can absolutely
He's my
do.
little brother, and he's really neat, and he makes little doot-doot-doot sounds, and he can play the radio, and like do songs and stuff, and we play hide and seek, and we do tag, and then we have a whole bunch of stuffed animals that we play pretend with sometimes, and then she just keeps going and going and going and going.
Bob is
Amazing.
delighted while he's listening to this.
Minty is equally delighted. She would absolutely love to meet Brad sometime. He sounds adorable.
Bob honestly will probably bring Rad for his own session.
Mm-hmm.
Aww.
Rad's got stuff.
Heck
Rad
yeah.
also needs therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which Minty would be more than happy to provide, of course. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's be good, especially for Rad. It'd be good to start early.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah. You
know, God, Bob's just such a good dad, man.
He loves his kids.
He does.
Good dad. Good dad.
Very good dad. All right.
He loves his kids, and he wants the best for them. He wants them to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Happy family, good family.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, I know we're coming up on the hour in a little bit. Do we want to start wrapping up, or unless there's anything else you guys want to cover?
I can't think of anything else at the moment. I think all the things that could have naturally come up have come up.
I'd say so, yeah, for this first session, but I think it was still pretty good. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Yeah.
I think just at the very end, just as they're heading out the door, Bob would probably let Tally go on ahead a little bit and just.
Yeah. I will say before you guys leave though, real quick. At the end of her sessions, as Minty always does, she'll stand up and she'll offer a hug if you want one, a handshake if you don't, and just a friendly goodbye if you don't want either.
Aww.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you are getting a very big hug.
Heck yes.
And Tally is a rubber hose, so it's a very big hug with many arm loops.
No, Minty definitely engulfs her because she's twice her size. And, and this rabbit is just absurdly soft. Tally's probably had plushies before, but Minty is somehow even softer than those. She just feels so nice to hug.
Oh, it's so soft. Oh.
Mm-hmm. I think the heart on her chest is a little bit warm too. So.
Oh, that's so cute.
I know.
Very cute.
Tally definitely has those happy little sparkles that Toons sometimes get.
Heck yeah. Listen, I designed Minty to be the most comforting character ever. She just all softness and happiness. So.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, listen, Minty's getting a hug from Bob as well.
Oh yeah, no. Bob is absolutely invited into this if he wants either a group hug or just hug with Minty, whatever he wants. He can absolutely get in on this.
Listen, he's giving Minty a big. He is giving Minty the big dad hug and just a very heartfelt thank you.
Aww. I think Minty whispers back I'm always happy to help.
Aww. I think Tally goes, "Thank you, Miss Minty," before she starts heading out.
Bye,
just
Tally.
very happy. It's nice meeting you too. Just a big over-exaggerated wave.
Aww. Yeah. So does Bob lag behind like you were kind of saying?
Yeah. I think he pauses for a moment. Just thank you again. I really do think this will help her.
Minty kind of nods, I definitely think so too. It sounds like she's kind of had a hard life beforehand, but I just want to say I think you're doing a really, really good job with her, and you should be proud of that.
Bob just gives a very gentle smile, and he probably goes for another hug.
And she will absolutely hug him back.
Hugs.
Yeah.
Hugs good.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Well, until next time, but I should say that if you ever need anything, my office is down the hall.
Of course, and thank you again. You've been such a big help with me figuring out all the paperwork for school and everything. I can't thank you enough for that.
Oh no worries. You are not the first person to come to me for paperwork help. Trust me.
Well, you're very, very good at it, and I really appreciate it. I think everyone else around here appreciates it too. I mean, NG goes on and on about how efficient you are with your work and how glad he is to have you.
Oh, it does. Oh, does he?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now I need to talk about. Now I need to talk about to that man about a raise. Then
I think Minty kind of laughs at that too.
I'm due for a raise at this point.
Yeah, sure, go. I say go for it. I mean, the worst you can say is no, and I think you deserve it.
Oh, he's not. Oh, he is not saying no. I'm his own. I'm his and Moves' only accountant. They're not saying no.
Then we just kind of shrugs, like, well, I guess you got me there.
Yeah, you see just the slightest bit of sinisterness there. That is a very rare. That Bob has only recently
Acquired.
taken to.
Hey.
Listen, there is no mercy in accounting.
He's soft with his kids, but when it comes to accounting, he is ruthless.
Oh no, yeah. Well, he knows engineer will survive.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I very cheekily did a stealth roll because Tally's gonna go over to the Photo Studios kitchens.
Tally.
And this is where Bob rolls perception real quick, just to because that does beat his passive, but we're just gonna go ahead and roll.
Mm-hmm.
It's 21.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah.
You look back at the doorway and there's like a little dotted line where Tally was.
She went to the kitchens again. Okay. Oh, I'll see you next time. Minty. Tally, get back here.
I think we can kind of iris out on that.
Yeah.
Yay.
Just like the little shrinky dot after Bob leaves the room.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Going after his child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Listen,
sweet.
their tunes. After an hour of sitting around and having serious talk and or just talking in general, you gotta have a little mischief, a
Gotta
little
get those
chaos.
shenanigans.
Yep.
Mm.
Bob at least needs to be there so that way he doesn't hurt himself in mischief.
Right. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's the end of our FBS. Thank you guys so much for doing this with me. This was awesome.
Gee,
This was so much fun.
cute.
I know.
This was
This is
cute.
so
This is so cute. I know. I love your characters so much.
Oh, I'm glad.
And soft.
I love Minty so much, like with all my heart.
Aww.
Good.
Aw, thank you guys. I think
I
I'm gonna
hold
stop
Minty so gentle.
there. It's just a whole room full of softies just chatting for an hour. Very good stuff.
Yeah.
Bob is definitely going to be inviting Minty to like lunch at some point.
Aw, that's awesome. She will absolutely go and hang out with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like she's a therapist, but they're all friends here.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they all work here. They're all friends, so she'll absolutely do that. All right.
If Tally ever sees Minty like not around like in the therapy stuff, you will be getting snacks from her horde of sweets.
Oh heck yeah.
I do say horde of sweets like jokingly, but also seriously because she's both friends with Pam and Marcel, two bakers. Well,
Yep.
actually, B is two. All three of them bake things.
Yeah, all three of them bake things and do not hesitate to spoil the child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, you can add a fourth one to that because Minty bakes too, and she will definitely spoil the kids
gosh.
sometimes.
God.
The horde grows.
God, Bob at some point has to lecture all of them about how this child needs sleep, and she can't do that on a sugar high.
No, see, Minty will only like constantly supply her with sweets when she's not aware that like she has three other people doing this. At which point she will kind of cut her off a bit.
Yeah.
Like, wait, no, I thought I was the only one doing this.
No,
There are three others.
Bob just holds up his child. Look at this face. You think you're the only person who gives this little face sweets?
Yeah. Alright, but I think I'm gonna stop the recording here. But thank you guys so much for coming, and we'll say bye
Yay.
to whoever's listening. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.